What is up, RotoGrinders? 2 hours nonstop NBA DFS conversation starts right now for the Grinders Live. Crunch time coming up later. Got myself and Chop. Chop, the returning champion, was here last night, put up enough points. He's our returning champ on a television Tuesday. We'll give out our first clue here momentarily. We have a 6-gamer on DK, 7 games on FanDuel. FanDuel does not care about your mental health, so they want you to they want to subject you to the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz and the Clippers are playing in the last game there on the FanDuel slate. DK said no, enough with the Jazz. We're going to stop with the nonsense that is the Brooklyn Nets. 9 o'clock on the East Coast. Chop, happy Tuesday. How are things?
Could have been better last night if I don't know how I didn't min cash. Okay, because I couldn't squeeze in Will Richard, and I went with another Warrior that wasn't good. But I was gonna min cash, Dean. I was min cashing. I have 4 Warriors and Rudy Gobert at the end.
Gobert was great.
And somehow at halftime I was cashing, then I checked back and I wasn't cashing. I don't know. I guess because they pulled Gobert, he didn't get very much after that, and so I didn't min cash, Dean. And Dean, the worst. The absolute nut worst is when you put in like a bunch of 3-team prop bets, on prize picks, underdogs, and all that other good, and you consistently hit 2 out of 3. The first 2 hit this, and then you're waiting on the last, and the last ones don't hit. And then with the nut low is when the last ones don't hit, and it's Amin Thompson over fantasy points. You miss it by 1 basket,
the hook.
And it's Jaylen Brown over 47 fantasy points, and he gets 46.5. Oh man, just a bad night when stuff like that happens. But I mean, I can't complain with life though. Life is fine.
Yeah, sometimes this happens here on all the wrong side of a goofy variance, and I'm with you. Like if I'm going to lose, I want to lose tremendously. I don't want it to be close. I don't want to lose by a hook. I want to lose by 30. Because then it says you can at least tell yourself a story, but sometimes you just got to close the laptop. You take the L for the night, Chop, and you fire up the Netflix or whatever Amazon, whatever you're watching these days, and that's what it is. That's on to the next day. The DFS, this is the world we live in. This is what we signed up for. It's daily fantasy sports. We care about today and today only. It's a clean slate. We're all starting at 0 once again today.
So I just wrapped up Jersey Shore, the last Jersey Shore vacation. So I got that cleared off the docket. So
you say the last, is that it? Or they're just saying the most recent?
No, the most recent one. They'll have some more. But got that one off the list. We got to do that one when it comes out every once in a while.
Trying not to judge you, Chop. You're better
now we got to find something new tonight. All kinds of good stuff out there. I don't know, man. I wrapped up 2 days ago. Wrapped up His and Hers on Netflix. Not bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely worth a little 6-episode view miniseries for sure.
The Smashing Machine. I haven't watched it yet, but that's
a movie. That's a movie that might be a Friday night movie in the future. Yeah. But there's lots of good movies that came out recently. So I'm way behind on that one. And this past Friday we went with Americana, Dean. Americana.
Is it a comedy?
It's a comedy / whatever it is. Sydney Sweeney and that really funny guy. They're really funny. I forget his name. Not super popular yet, but he's really good. Americana. Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of comedy /
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, he's good, man. But that was worth the time. That was worth the time for sure.
He was in the Cobra Kai. Paul Walter Hauser, if you don't recall. And I recently saw him in that Press Your Luck movie, which I saw the documentary, much more interesting. The movie was disappointing. I didn't like it. I don't. Is that as bad as like the book was better? The documentary was better. Did you ever watch the documentary and the guy who figured out the board of Press Your Luck was like 6 different patterns and he just won $100,000 plus in 1980 or 1985, whatever it was, and that was unheard of in game shows at the time? Do you know this story?
Never seen that one. I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever dived into that kind of.
He memorized the board. He memorized the pattern.
Nice.
Like he
good
knew how to avoid the whammies.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean the whole idea. Like, there was the thought that
it's like card counting in 21 at the casinos. Yeah, you can frown upon it all you want, but there ain't nothing illegal about it as long as I'm not using anything. Yeah, come on, man. Cut the guy some slack.
Well, there's that new Game of Thrones show too. I haven't fired that up.
That might be the one I start tonight. Yeah, there you go, Dean. Good job. You did it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's good or bad.
Hey, I hope it's better than the Dragon one because the Dragon spinoff was awful. I couldn't even watch that past season one, man.
Come on, stop it.
Oh, God. Dean, for me to watch a season of something and to not be super enthused with it, but then to just give up on it means it's got to be bad from my view. And that
just watch an entire Jersey Shore series.
But I can sit down and be entertained with their goofiness. There's nothing redeemable about that Dragon show. Like there was I couldn't even understand half of it. Like, and this is coming from a guy who thinks Game of Thrones is a top 5 show of all time.
Okay.
So just didn't get. But I'll try this one. No, I'll try this one. It's a different genre or different era. So I'll give it a shot.
All right, so who we're waiting for as far as injuries, we'll know with Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia is officially questionable. We talked about this last night. I think he plays. Revenge game. I think he was going to sit one of the two. He's been dealing with his back. He's on there. He's questionable. And again, this is a 7:00 game. You'll know. But my personal expectation is he'll play and that Robert Williams won't play because it's a back-to-back. And I don't think he's played a back-to-back all season. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's not played a back-to-back all year. We're waiting on Chris Middleton. I don't know if that matters a ton, but he's questionable. What else are we waiting for as far as the injury report? Joel Embiid, I think he plays. Injury management thing, he's questionable. We did get a probable tag for Paul George, so no question there. Cason Wallace is questionable for OKC. The other questionables, we got a midday downgrade for Colin Gillespie. They're already down Booker. Booker's out, so Gillespie's questionable too. There are some really low totals as well. Oh, I should also mention a big one for FanDuel is that Kawhi. Kawhi is questionable in Utah. That's a 10:00 game. And Utah already told us that they're going to rest Keontae George. And Laurie Marketing, they sat him down for his illness for like 3 games, and then they had to condition him and teach him how to walk and crawl and run again for a couple more games. But I guess they can only do that so many times. He's available tonight, return to conditioning competition. But they shut down Nurkic. He's not feeling well, which is probably going to last for 7 games. Yeah, Chop. Oh, we see our guy Bobby Gomes. Bobby Gomes hanging out in chat. Let's see. Oh, he's getting on you because you like Fast and the Furious. So he says basically you have no credibility when you like Fast and the Furious. So, but Bobby just doesn't like fun apparently. You don't ask too many questions of Fast and the Furious. Just have a good time. It's ridiculous, but that's what you signed up for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Bobby's coming. I never said Fast and Furious was the top 5 film of all time. It's just very fun franchise to watch. But hey, it's coming from the guy who actively roots against his favorite team just because traffic gets bad during playoffs.
He wants his parking spot, man. It's coveted. He needs that parking spot. And people I guess they park in a spot and they just walk to the game and you're coming back from the store. What do you do? I don't know. I'd be flustered. All right. Anything you want to say as far as big picture wise on this? Oh, first clue is already scrolling. I teased it. I mentioned it. It's Television Tuesday, Chop. Opening is the first clue for today's Television Tuesday. We had somebody hit it in 1 yesterday. The allegations are coming in, and you kind of you held the flag on that one, that you think that there's something shady going on with the games, with the winners, the inconsistencies. My DMs, I can't even tell you how many people are DMing me about it, but I assure you it's on the up and up to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, get yourself week free of RG Premium. You jump in that Discord channel, rotogrinders.com/Discord, live stream chat channel. Tell me what TV show I am talking about. And you get yourself week free of RG Premium. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, PGA, NBA, all the goods, all the bells, all the whistles, all the articles, the optimizer, everything you can think of. Yeah. Chop, I'm going to ask you this. I always ask you this, but I feel like it's silly at this point. But anything big picture-wise as far as the slate?
Yeah, big picture, Dean. I believe that the status of healthcare in America is pretty awful, Dean. Pay a lot of money for insurance every month. Go down to get a little simple MRI done, something simple, pay a lot of money. And all of a sudden they hit you with a $600 bill. Whoa, whoa, like I pay all this money every month.
Why even have insurance?
Why? Why even have? I could have not paid a single dime over the last 10 years, saved all that money because I don't use it for doctors. I don't go to the doctor very much. I don't do, I could have saved it all and had all that money in the bank, man, drawing interest or something. And what's the point of it all, Dean? It's just the healthcare, man. Something's gotta give, Dean. Something's gotta give there, man. It's not right. It's just not right, Dean.
It's a hot take.
Carry on. That's my big picture.
Well, your guess, by the way, is a very good guess, Chop. It is not lost, but that is a very good guess. That's pretty clever. I know what you're doing there. It's not Westworld or Mad Men or Stranger Things or The Pits or Debbie Does Dallas. Now that's a movie. That's to the best of my understanding. That's not a TV show, so it would not be on Television Tuesday or Pluribus or Outer Range or Friends. But a lot of guesses coming on through here on the Discord channel. Okay. 7 o'clock game. We're talking about Portland at Washington. 232.5 is the total. The Wizards are 6-point dogs here as far as who's in and who's out. Kind of touched on it earlier. Denny Avdia is questionable. My guess is he plays. We're projecting he plays. He might get a slight hit as far as his minutes. We've seen several times now of late that he's left games with his back. Scoot Henderson's not going to play basketball tonight. And again, Time Lord Robert Williams is officially questionable, but I assume he doesn't play. And as far as Washington, Koulibaly, Bilal, he's back. He's available with his back. And Chris Middleton is questionable. Trae Young, will he play at all this season for Washington? Who knows? He's not playing tonight. Cam Whitmore, I think he's done for the year too with his shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. Some of the bigs are also out with Marvin Bagley and Vukcevic. So they are thin as far as their fives. They did sign, it doesn't matter. What's remember Labissiere? Sky Labissiere, remember him?
Yes, nickname pass to Labissiere.
I don't think that's his name. You got to be at a certain level to get and I don't think that's correct, but that's fine. I get it. I think this is one of the best games in the slate, Chop. How do you feel about Portland and Washington?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let me see here. Might be the best one. That's why I said in the survey this morning, I'm not worried. It does me a favor. It does me a favor to load up early if that's what happens. I'm not actively looking to do it, but give me the early guys, and then I don't even have to sweat later on, like any late news coming in, because I kind of don't like to do that anyway. So, yeah, this is a good game. One of the best on the slate, if not the best. Avia, be surprised if he doesn't play. It's a revenge spot for him. This is what he's waiting for. I don't know how much I can pallet the $9,500 salary with the team I want to build. But if I was multi-entering, I'd be over the field on this guy. That's for sure. But I only got one lineup, so I don't know if he's going to make it. But, man, I think he's going to torch his old team. Regardless, Shaedon Sharpe is fine also. It's just an all-around good matchup for for Portland, just because Washington does so many things very poor and very unorganized on the defensive end. Everything. And Klingon, if he wasn't so expensive, he's probably going to pull down a double-double, right? But price tag's up to $7K. I don't know if I could go that route. They're all really good on the Portland side, but Avia's, if he plays, I think is an awesome tournament player. On the Washington side, probably even better. Not that Portland is as bad defensively, but they do like to run a little bit. They'll hit you with some pace, and they'll do some things on the offensive end that they'll turn the ball over, and they'll really rack up some defensive stats. So you got some really nice priced guys in there who are going to project really well, like Alexander Sarr. Love him. Mm-hmm. The thing I don't like about him is he's center only. That makes it really tough because there's about 5 centers I really want to play tonight, and they're all center only guys, from cheap to mid range to expensive. So that kind of hurts him, but he's still an awesome play. My favorite and the first guy I'll probably plug into my lineup is George at 6,800 in this matchup. Averaged 42 DK points over his last 5 games. Obviously, this is a really nice matchup on both ends. So he's in there. Probably one lineup, probably fading Trey Johnson, but I think he's fine. If I was in GPP's 150, I'd be under the field, but he's fine. He's only 4,900. He's good, but you got to make take some stands somewhere. And Trey Johnson's a little bit too high owned for me to be chasing on par with. I don't want to be on par with the field. Either you go all in or you go under the field. But But yeah, those pieces I've mentioned, man. I think they're really good. Sar, George, Avia, Sharp. They're all really good. It's a really good game.
I like Trey Johnson a fair bit, and I can see him definitely landing in my main lineup. I like George as well, like Sar. I think there's a good chance I have two of those players in my main lineup. And my debate as well as with Avdia, and it's just the tricky thing is trying to figure out how many minutes he plays, and we're giving him 32. Again, he's left the game several times recently with his back, and one they said it was kind of precautionary, and he probably could have came back in. And backs are tricky. He did sit yesterday, so he's well rested. Not going to play tomorrow, obviously. They're off. We're giving him 32 minutes. He probably can't get much more than that, and maybe there's a chance a little less. If Williams is out, like you mentioned, I think you said I don't want to be nitpicky here, but I think you said Klingon. That's from Star Trek, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Klingon?
Yeah. He's been awesome of late. We love centers against Washington in general, and yeah, I feel like a pretty good shot that he gets a double-double. He's a big boy, so I don't necessarily love him and the idea as far as a back-to-back. I should have mentioned the back-to-back stuff. Didn't write that down. Two teams in the back end of a back-to-back. That's Portland and Philadelphia. Two teams on the front end. That's New York and Utah. By the way, Star Trek, not today's Television Tuesday. You can cross
a good one. So who do you like better out of Klingon and Sar?
I don't know, man. I like them both.
But they're both really good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A good chance I'm going to have one of those in every lineup I make.
They're both center only, and we're only in the first game, so you've already locked up your two center spots. Like there's a lot of good centers, man, that are going to get left off. So that's going to be the tough part, man.
I'm pulling up my center rankings that I did earlier. I'll revise. I like Bobby Portis, but you can play him at power forward. I like Jalen Williams as an interesting price. I actually had Sar just ahead of Klingon for what it's worth, and again, just because you got to rank him in some order. And Embiid, if he plays, and I think he plays, is in a good spot too. But I don't know if I can get to Embiid anyway if I'm spending up on Sar, Klingon, George. So I really like this game. Like, if you can't tell, I'm almost definitely going to be stacking this game up. And not right in the survey, but I want to put that in the survey as my most popular, my most appealing game on the board. And the Avdia thing is a big sticking point. And the other part of it is like, if I'm not playing Avdia, I'm not going to play Jeremy Grant. So I'm just trying to think who I'd run it back with an important one. I'm not going to force to run back necessarily, but if I have two or three Wizards, I probably want somebody on the Blazers, and Klingon makes the most sense if I'm not playing Avdia. Grant's got that minutes limit, and Sharp's fine, but I think he's a little bit overpriced, Shaden Sharp, especially with Avdia presumably coming back. Holiday's not going to get pushed. Kamara is just overpriced. So I think I'd probably play just like lineup construction, Klingon over Sar. But I really like both of them.
There's like 5 Portland players that have a number 1 next to their name in defense versus archetype on our rankings today. So that just shows you how good of a matchup it is.
Yes, but then you look at the prices, and Sharp at 7-8. Like, what does he have to do to pay that off, right? Like, that's tough. Jeremy Grant's going to only play 25 minutes or so, right? So he almost definitely can't get there, I think. Drew Holiday going to play 23 minutes.
It's obvious, man.
Well, how many minutes did they let him play?
Yeah.
Let him play.
Against his former team, he's begging for the minute. He's going for it, man.
He's going to want to play.
That's why he gave him a night off last night, so he could do this tonight.
Well, the back thing is real, though, Chop. It's a real thing. It's not made up. It's not a made-up injury.
I think he's fine.
He has played 18 left last game against Miami. Did he leave that game, or that was just because they were getting shellacked, or both? No, they won that game, and I think he left the game early. I actually bet Portland that game. 32, 38, 36, 39 of late. So maybe they just say screw it and let him go. But I don't know. I guess it's possible he plays 35, 36.
Speaking of centers, how'd our boy Lip do last night with that Clint Capella call?
Well, I did say that. He's like, you're going to ruin the day. You poo-pooed Kling. What did he get, like 4 fantasy? I don't know what it was. It wasn't a lot.
Oh, man. I mean, he scored 0 real-life points, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he doubled the other stuff, though. I don't know.
I think he was also touting Jonathan Isaac, if I'm not mistaken. He might not have played at all.
Come on, Lib. Get it together, bro.
Lib playing low ball, man. Come on, Lib. He said he already took his L on Capella. Where? Not here. We got to see it. Koulibaly at 2%. Oh, Lippy's touting Koulibaly in the chat as well. That's the other negative. As far if you want to have a negative against Avdia, is that Koulibaly one of the best, on-ball defenders. So it's macro versus micro. We love macro. We love, picking on Washington. But micro, it's a tough individual matchup, right? And you got to assume Koulibaly is going to be an Avdia. I don't know that's not going to get me away from it. I'm not going to not play it. But it's a negative. It's a negative.
I think we seem to think that Koulibaly gets more shade and sharp action than Avdia in his time on the court.
Javier is bringing this up. Says Avdia got hurt last time he played Washington. I do recall. Remember he had that revenge game and he got injured. I do remember that. Okay. That sounds familiar to me. But he was smashing.
Let's bump him down in the rankings just a bit. But you know what? It doesn't matter because if he plays, I think he's fine. If he plays, then he's probably healthy and he's fine. And if he doesn't play, all right, now we've opened some stuff up for the rest of these guys, and all of a sudden those price tags don't look as bad right now if Avi is out. So we'll see.
I'm trying to find that game in the game log, and I just can't quite scroll correctly and get there. But my memory feels the same way about Denny having a big game versus Washington until he got hurt. No winners on clue number 1, Chops. Let's move on to clue number 2. Second clue, going to be scrolling here in a second, is plan. Opening and plan. That is our first 2 clues. All right. It is not A-Team or Stargate or Peacemaker or The Office or Cheers. Guess it's coming on through. Get yourself a week free of RG Premium. Jump in that Discord channel and tell me what TV show I'm talking about. You got anything else there, Chop, as far as Portland and Washington? It's the only 7 o'clock game, but I do not believe you can skip it.
No, you can't skip it. It's a good game. I think I'm going to have 2 guys, maybe at least 2 guys from this game in my one lineup for sure.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm at as well. Okay, let's talk about the Kings. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I think it's your mic.
Yeah, I turned on ESPN and I jeez. I wasn't sure if that was just me or if that was everybody can hear that, but I got some kind of commercial on ESPN. I was curious to see what was on national TV, and I think it's not the Sacramento New York game. Okay, that's the next game. Sacramento in New York. They are big dogs because they are an unserious franchise. The Kings are 15-point dogs here at New York as far as who's in and who's out. The injury stuff. Zach LaVine was ruled out. He's got a back. Monk was ruled out. He's got an ankle. Keegan Murray is still out. Well, curious to see if they make any moves. Again, we asked this the other day about Vucevic, about Vuk. Who's trading for Zach LaVine? What team would he actually help? That's a team that could in contention that would take on his salary. But maybe he's not long for Sacramento, but whatever their plan is, it's not been great. Speaking of revenge, by the way, didn't we see a precious revenge game versus New York earlier in the year where he had a 50 burger or something ridiculous? I feel like there might have been some players that were out or something, but my memory serves me thinking that I think his best game of the year was against New York. I think that was at home.
13 days ago.
Yeah, okay.
He played 39. He played 39 minutes.
Yeah, I don't remember what the scenario was. Yeah, Sabonis probably didn't play that game, I'm guessing, but he put up a 50 burger against New York. I wouldn't necessarily chase that. New York is fully healthy. Anybody that's of relevance is available. The only thing that's on the injury report is our G League guys that are all down. New York and the Kings. The Kings have a team total of 105.5. Man, you like anybody in Sacramento? Looks like we're expecting Sabonis to start here. We've seen him bounce back and forth. It's just I don't like anybody in the Kings.
For Sacramento, no. I mean, I tried because I know New York is vulnerable in certain areas on defense, but they just don't have the personnel to do much. So no, I don't like Sacramento at all. The only guy that, and I'm not recommending him necessarily, he doesn't jump out to me, but like the one guy on the team that I was kind of like, oh, that guy's been pretty good lately is Dylan Cardwell. He's averaged 28 DK over his last 5, and the game logs don't look bad. And it only jumps out to me because I remember the guy at Auburn, and he was an awful player. Like he was awful. Like he was just a nothing burger on fantasy, and now all of a sudden he's in the NBA and he's averaging 28. So it's weird like that. But no, Sacramento's not my cup of tea tonight, Dean. We can move on to New York if you want.
Cardwell on the season is doing pretty good as far as fantasy points per minute as well. 39.9 per 36. So that's pretty strong. He's hurt a little bit, I think, by Sabonis getting more run as well. I guess Schroeder is the other person you can kind of argue on behalf of just because he should get some run and he's pretty cheap. Did he used to play for New York? In my head, I feel like he played for New York, but maybe he didn't. Did that happen? I know he's played in a lot of places, but yeah. Chop, New York? Or no?
You might be confusing him with Frankie Cigarettes, or what is it? Frankie Smokes?
Frankie Smokes.
You might be confusing him with that guy.
I don't know who I'm confusing him with, but yeah, he's like if I'm going to play somebody in Sacramento, it's probably him. I guess you can tell yourself a story on Westbrook, but I have a hard time getting. I just think he's doesn't really have a very good price. His FanDuel price is more playable, where he's 7-1. DK, he's 7-9 for Westbrook. Like, I really cannot do that. New York, pretty tight rotation. We like to pick on Sacramento. They're all kind of priced where they should be. Does anybody jump out for New York for you?
Yes, they do, Dean. They do. We're here, and we're going back to the
Chop. You did it.
No way.
You got it.
No way.
You got it. You got it in 2.
Oh man.
I don't think anybody else has it. You got it in 2. Look at you, Chop. Shout out to you.
What a miracle. That's a miracle. That's throwing a Hail Mary right there.
Yeah. Nicely done. Go ahead.
We're going back to the conversation we just had, Dean, about centers and center-only guys and how many good ones there are tonight, because Karl Anthony Towns falls under that umbrella at 8,500. I think he's probably the best overall New York player when you factor in projection, price, matchup, whatever you want to do, and he's center-only, but he's an awesome play. And here's the thing about it, Dean. This is where it gets incredibly hairy. He's not even the center I'm going to play from New York tonight. Right now in the lineup I got Mitchell Robinson in there.
Whoa, okay.
It's a fantastic matchup for him. He should grab double-digit rebounds at $4,400. I think they kind of realize when he's on the court and he's playing, they're just a slightly better team than when he's not. Well, they're quite a bit better, I think, than when he's not playing. They need him out there, rim protection, rebounding, all that good stuff. So I $4,400. I'm going to get behind some Mitchell Robinson tonight. And so that's the guy I have penciled in, and that's 2 centers on that team. Now, the other ones are fine. I mean, Josh Hart's getting a really good projection tonight, and that's fine. I'm not really going that route. Jalen Brunson's always a threat, especially against Sacramento. Mikal Bridges is cheap, but I think I like the centers in this game more than anybody else, and I think I'm leaning towards Mitchell Robinson slightly over Cat right now because he's $4K cheaper.
It is the front half of a back-to-back, so I presume he will not be playing tomorrow, so maybe they give him a couple extra minutes if necessary also. But if the game kind of blows out, which is projected to blow out, like, I'm kind of curious how it's sort of like the Naz Reid thing. When you're like the 6th man off the bench and you're not doing the blowing out, like in, the third quarter, you come in, 5 minutes ago, whatever it is. Is he hindered? Is he almost hurt by a blowout despite being somebody coming off the bench? Is sort of my question. Is that a concern for you, or you don't care?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not concerned.
All right. In live stream chat, that it wasn't a guest for today's Television Tuesday. They're asking about Clifford for Sacramento. We got him projected for 28 minutes. He's a really bad fantasy point minute player. If I can pull it up, let me see. I think it's like 0.7 or so off the top of my head. as far as Clifford, but we're giving him, and he's cheap. He's super cheap. We're giving him 28 minutes, and still I don't see him hitting. I guess we got him at 13%. And if you want to play the blowout angle, I assume he would mop up. Like, why not? Why wouldn't he? So, sure, yeah. Even though I think he would start and mop, the rare combination. Any interest in Clifford? I know you're making one lineup, so that's probably a no for you. If you were running a bunch, you think you'd get there, get a piece, get a taste?
If I was running 150, yeah, he'd be somewhere in the mix. But man, he's volatile. He's young. They're relatively healthy there. I mean, Levine's out, but you still got to fight through West. What's that?
Monk as well is out.
Yeah, you're right. But you still got to fight through Westbrook and DeRozan and Schroeder and these guys. But he's fine, man. It's a big number on his ownership to me, but I'd certainly be under the field. But I think I'd have something in GPPs if I was 150 in that thing. But with single entry, smaller fields, absolutely not.
I gave him too much credit. Clifford, 0.66 fantasy points per minute. So that's on FanDuel. Maybe it's a little bit more on DK. I'm not sure, but yeah, just a really poor fantasy point per minute player. In the pool, I guess, but understand that the floor is low. It's a rough play for sure. Trying to see if it's any difference on DraftKings. Pulling up the old court IQ. 0.67. So there you go. An extra 0.01 for him. Let's drop that third clue for the people, Chop. Oh, you know what? Somebody just got it in two as well. Well, never mind. We have a late arriver. T-Top. Shout out to T-Top, but I will drop the more clues just for fun. But, we'll play it out. We got a winner in two. Pride. Pride is the third clue. Opening plan in Pride. Shout out to T-Top. A new name, by the way. I think it's a new name. So there you go. Maybe whatever sort of, rigging was happening, no longer happening. Week free of RG Premium for T-Top there in the chat. All right. Pelicans, another expected blowouts. That's the slate, right? Expected blowouts, low totals. We'll get to some low totals later on, but some really, really low totals for NBA. This is like 20 years ago totals. Pels, Thunder, 233.5 is the total. The Thunder are 15-point favorites, massive favorites. Chop, despite being out without several key pieces. No Alex Caruso, he's got that adductor. We haven't seen Hartenstein. He's out with his strain. AJ Mitchell's got an abdominal strain. A lot of strains going on for the Thunder. Kason Wallace officially questionable with his hip. And the good Jalen Williams is out with his hamstring. The Pels, they are, as healthy as you've seen them. We haven't seen DeJounte Murray all season. You might never see him all season. But he's the only name that's of notes, I guess. Not even, because he hasn't played basketball all year. So Pelicans are healthy. The Thunder are not. Despite that, the Thunder are, 15-point favorites. How are we feeling about New Orleans and OKC?
Feeling interesting, Dean. We need to wrap up. We need to clear up some business, though, real quick. Robert Williams is out, as we expected, but Deni Avdija is expected to play.
Yes.
So I think he's good to go.
That makes sense. That all checks out.
So I don't know. In this game right here, I think this game is interesting in the fact that New Orleans, I'm gonna pass on New Orleans. It's still OKC, even though they're slightly shorthanded, just a little bit. I'm still gonna pass on New Orleans. I just don't. There's nothing about them that excites me in this matchup. OKC, I think, is very interesting. I do think it's a blowout, and I do think we do the typical thing where SGA doesn't get all the run that you really want from an 11K player because of the blowout. So I'm not super enthused with him, although if I was in 150 lineups, I'd definitely have some of him. Kind of similar to me with Chet. 85 is not as bad of a price, and he's going to project kind of think he's fine, but
he's a center.
I want the center, and I want some of these cheap guys. In fact, Chet's a center. Might not be the best fantasy guy on his own team at center tonight. That might be center only. The cheaper Jalen Williams. So, and I actually think Jalen Williams, the center 4,300, is in a really, really good spot tonight. So
I like him too.
He's interesting, but it's the cheap guys. It's Williams. It's Wiggins, who I really like too. Kenrich Williams, I think, is a good play. I think those three right there are my favorite OKC guys, and not one of them is over $4,900. So that's where I'm not going Lou Dortz. Probably not chasing Kason Wallace or Isaiah Joe. And I think SGA and Cheddar a little bit more than I want to spend on that game flow. But those three cheaper OKC guys, Wiggins, Williams, and Kenrich Williams, I think that's where it's at right there.
Yeah, tighter rotation with the Thunder guys being out, and it would be getting, I guess, even a little bit tighter with Kason Wallace. But again, this game also just might blow out because they're facing the Pelicans, and all of a sudden the fourth quarter is, whatever. But I think we can see another sort of situation where Jalen Williams can start, but also play deep into a blowout, right? Like I think that's a scenario which you don't get that very often, where a player starts, and we're projecting him to start, as well as SGA, Wallace, Dort, Williams, Holmgren. I agree with you. Like Dort basically is what he is. His role doesn't really change depending on, he's not a guy that gets a bunch of usage because certain players are out. We love bigs against the Pelicans, just like as a general rule. We've seen Queen get the quick hook in part because his defense has been horrendous. So I like Chet too. It's just price, but I do like the just the general thought of very good chance playing two centers in my DK lineups. Just very good chance is like a general rule, almost definitely playing two centers. And, we're playing kind of an 8-man rotation essentially with SGA, Wallace, Dort, Williams, Holmgren, Wiggins, Joe, and Williams. Other guys are going to kind of work in, but we're projecting Carlson for 5 minutes, Youngblood for 2, Deng for 13, but pretty tight rotation by OKC standards. So this game, if it does somehow stay close, you're going to really, really want yourself some Thunder pieces. And if it stays close, I assume it means because Murphy or Zion are having big games, but it's just a tough matchup. You can get some in tournaments, but it's hard to prioritize anybody on this New Orleans side with this matchup. It's not good. I'm waiting for Queen's price to drop because, he seems, I know he's got high volatility and this is not a good spot for him, but the way his production has been of late, the price should be moving down. It just hasn't been for whatever reason. We're giving Jordan Poole 8 minutes and he's buried on this team, by the way. Pool party is it's like, the winter storm. There's no pool parties going down. There's no pool parties, on the courts either. Completely buried here on New Orleans. Anything else here of note, Chop, or shall we scoot along?
Scoot along like a dog on the carpet.
Okay. Is that a Chopism, or is that a Southern saying that I'm not aware of because I'm not Southern enough?
Oh, it just came to my mind.
Okay. Another. You ready for it? This is the combination of potential blowout and low scoring total. Both things going on here. The Bucks, boy, could the season have gone any worse for them? They are massive dogs here versus Philly, 10-point dogs, 219.5 is a total. So big dogs. And speaking of Bucks and big dogs, Glenn Robinson. Shout out Glenn Robinson. He's not available either. He's not on the injury report, but I'm fairly certain he's not playing tonight. And Antetokounmpo is out. That's the big one for Milwaukee. That's Alex Antetokounmpo as well as Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then Kevin Porter. No KPJ. He is also out. Philadelphia, Joel Embiid officially questionable with his knee management. They did rule Paul George in. Quentin Grimes, who's also been kind of buried, he's questionable with his ankle. Kelly Oubre is good to go. He's got a knee, but he's available. Yeah. So Ryan Rollins is going to be tasked with a bunch of usage here. Bobby Portis as well, we would imagine. Kyle Kuzma projects well, which is never comfortable to me. He just stinks, but take a bunch of shots. Philadelphia, Milwaukee. What do you got?
I remember when Kuzma was untradeable from the Lakers' perspective. Lakers would not trade him. He's too good. We're never trading this guy.
What was the trade? Like there's we can get this guy, but they want Kuzma, so we can't do it. They can't. No way.
I don't know, but
the other guy was the guy that ended up on Utah. What was the 3 letters?
Really good. He had the good wingspan. THT, Talon Horton Tucker.
Yeah.
The wingspan guy. Too. That the Lakers, LA. It's not. That's atypical for. That's typical for the Lakers or for a LA franchise to artificially boost their prospects. It's like the Dodgers minor league system being ranked number 1 every year when clearly they're like bottom third, but they artificially raise the rankings so they get good trade value. Yeah, Kuzma, TH, these guys all stink, man.
Do you remember when Connect had it might have been just like a good playoff game, like
yes.
a good preseason game?
It wasn't
LeBron was like laughing at the league, like, we got this guy 19th, 19th. What are you doing?
He came out of college at like 26 years old. Of course, he's good against scrubs right now. He's ready to go, but he's not. Yeah. So, but I mean, in this game in general, I think there's some pieces here, Dean. I don't know that it's going to be this massive blow. Philly can really stink it up too, man. Philly
they
can
play
really
down to their competition. It seems like.
Yeah. Like, didn't they just? I know Embiid and Paul George were out or whatever. They just got ran by like 60 against Charlotte here the last game. So
Charlotte's wrecking everybody though.
Charlotte's good. I mean, well, I don't know how good they are, but they're definitely on a good roll. I don't mean, but still, Philly, come on, you got to be better than that. But Embiid, I think, for the price tag, is fine. I think Embiid probably the most for anybody on Philly. Maxey should have a bounce back game considering how bad he was last game. So I would imagine that. And Paul George is back and he's got a good price tag. So if you want to go that route, that's fine. I'm really interested in the Milwaukee side. GPPs. Kuzma's a GPP guy. That's it. I like Bobby Portis, man, on DraftKings at 6K. I like that one a lot.
You don't need him to start?
Nah, I think Bobby Portis will be fine. Let me pull up some number. I was looking at some numbers from Bobby Portis. Yeah, I don't need him to start. What does he has yet? He hasn't started, but like a handful of games this year, and he's fine. Like he didn't start a couple games ago. Still got his 37 minutes. Yeah, I'm fine with Bobby Portis not starting. I think he's really good for that price tag. And the one of my favorite players on the whole slate is Ryan Rollins at 71 and 77 on FanDuel. He's already proven to us how good he can be when he gets the usage and the time on the court. He'll get that tonight with the guys out that are out for Milwaukee. I love me some Ryan Rollins in this matchup. I don't think there's anything super imposing about the Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid protecting the paint anymore or anything like that. So I think Ryan Rollins is going to have a nice game for 7,100 here. And so it's one of the first guys I'm plugging into my lineup.
I'm running the Court IQ stuff right now, kicking off Giannis and Porter, like tons of usage to go around. I like Rollins as well. I know you want Rollins to land on your team, on Houston. 8.5% boost for Ryan Rollins. I knew it was a nice boost. Up to 32.28%, 32.2% as far as usage. Biggest usage on the team by far. I'm not counting Mark Sears as 19 minutes. Rollins 32%, Cole Anthony 7%. Portis 24, Kuzma 23, Rollins 1.3 fantasy points per minute as well. So, yeah, I like Rollins a bit.
I've seen enough. They can have Jabari Smith Jr. for Ryan Rollins.
Jabari just seems to be one of those guys that peaked 2 years ago, and he just sort of is what he is, right?
No, he is what he is.
That's what he is.
I've seen enough. I mean, he's.
There's no next step.
When he's on his game and he's hitting 3-pointers, he's a nice 3-and-D wing. But I've seen I mean, getting a good point guard is where I think that's Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins' value is about to go through the roof after this little stretch without Giannis and Porter. So I don't know what's going to happen there.
What about Drew Holiday? Is that somebody that they've considered?
I don't think you can do that because of the money.
Okay, so a trade. Okay, because apparently Holiday, I saw something. New York was kicking the tires apparently on Holiday.
New York's kicking the tires on a lot of people. They're certainly trying to kick the tires on Giannis. I just don't know what New York has that they can give anybody, man. They don't have any picks left.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who anybody has that can give like a comparable trade, but it seems we were talking about Giannis the body language, and he was always like the most positive guy, and he just seemed just miserable out there. And he gave the self-diagnosis as far as his injury, and he seemed like he was right. He's probably right, but man, we could possibly see it's probably not going to happen. I guess possibly because of the apron and it's hard to trade players, but Steph should probably move somewhere. Like Golden State should probably blow it up, but what can you get for him and who can actually trade? But yeah, interesting stuff potentially with the trade deadline in about, is it like 10 days? When was the trade deadline? 10 days away, something like that? I don't think it's that far off.
We are we're about 10 days away or so from the All-Star break, aren't we? So I hope it doesn't coincide with the All-Star break. It's got to be after the All-Star break, I would think. I would hope.
Hold on a second. Now I have to check and see. When and where is it? It's February 15th is the All-Star break, and I believe the trade deadline's before that. Yeah. They just announced what did they announce today? Like the sophomores and the freshmen and sophomores. First year players, second year players, the game they play before the actual what is it, Future Stars game or something? They announced that was that today or yesterday I saw. Okay. Are we done with Philadelphia and Milwaukee?
Done. Finito, like Chief Keef said.
We did get a winner for Television Tuesday, not just Chop. We had a winner in the Discord as well, but do want to give the rest of the clues for those that are playing along for fun. King is clue number 4. Opening, plan, pride, and king. All right. Oh, crunch time. Crunch time's coming up in about a half hour or so. Kevin Roth holding it down. Yeah, we got TJ. TJ's Zwarych. I see TJ hanging out in chat. TJ's coming in, as well as Kirkwood, Kirkdiese, who I think I legitimately upset yesterday. I think he's mad at me. I don't know if he said anything in the private chat, but
yeah, you pissed him off.
What's that?
You pissed him off. He's going through a lot right now. He had a thing with his finger. An issue with his finger, and then you're railing on the. You're railing on the Pats on him.
And the Super Bowl. Why is he mad at me? Like, just tell me I'm an idiot and laugh me off. Like, I can say what I want, and his team's the Super Bowl. That's expressing it.
It doesn't. That's not the way the Boston guys work, Dean.
But I apologize.
Eye for an eye, brother. Eye for an eye. He's going to get you back.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a favorite team. I could get me back in a different way, I suppose. I have a couple favorite teams, but whatever. You can besmirch the Florida Panthers, and if they make the Stanley Cup again, and tell me that their opponent's gonna roll on them. It's like, okay, fine. My team is still in the finals. Pick Labs. Got to tell the people about Pick Labs. It's the newest RotoGrinders feature that lets you scan the best player prop and pick them bets in just seconds. Everything is broken down for you, Chop, from edges to win rates to value. You're gonna be looking at a clean board. It's going to show you which plays actually stand out across sports books, as well as sites like Underdog and Prize Picks. When you see something you like, Pick Labs actually is going to build the slip for you and send it straight to the book of your choice. Where would you get this product? You get it at rotogrinders.com/picklabs. rotogrinders.com/picklabs. All right. Game number 5 is Detroit. Detroit taking on Denver. Looks like Joker's close. They said another week, though. I thought there was a chance he was going to be coming back a little bit sooner. The most recent report on Joker is another week. Denver home versus Detroit. They're 7-point dogs, 215.5, Chop. 215.5. This is not the lowest total. Spoiler alert. So 219.5 Milwaukee, Philadelphia. 215.5 Detroit and Denver. Who's in? Who's out for this affair? Well, Detroit is fully healthy, unless you think Karis LeVert matters. He's still ill. He's out. As far as Denver, they are definitely not fully healthy. They're without Aaron Gordon now. He's got that hamstring. Cam Johnson, haven't seen him in a while. Jamal Murray keeps popping up in the injury report, but he is probable with his hamstring. Jonas Valanciunas also probable with his calf. Peyton Watson, he's got that ankle. He's probable. A lot of names on there. Christian Brown is still out too. We're expecting Murray, Pickett, Jones, Watson, and Joe Val to start for Denver. How are we feeling about Denver and Detroit? Two big spends on this slate that are going to go well unowned. I think we're going to see single digits on both Cunningham and Murray. How are we feeling about Pistons and the Nuggets?
Yeah, so I'm not necessarily have anybody highlighted from this game that I feel like I must play. Obviously these are like luxuries in this game. If you can get to them at the end of your roster and that's what you get with the spend up, then that's good. But Cade is fine. It's a great matchup. I'm not playing Cade. I know he had a good game last time out, but he has been battling that wrist injury, which has been hurting his performance. So did he magically get healthy just because he dropped a 60-point fantasy game? I don't know about that. So I don't know. I spend my $10K somewhere else. Some of those other guys are fine though. especially like an Austin Thompson in this kind of a matchup. I think he gets tasked with a lot of defense tonight and can rack up some defensive stats. Jalen Duren in the middle, a much weaker middle for Denver now. But the guy I'm really interested to spend up on is Jamal Murray. If I can get to it in my lineup, just, you got Jokic out, Gordon out. I forget, so Christian Braun, Cam Johnson. These guys have been out, but man, the totality of it all, Jamal just racks up fantasy points like Tic Tacs, man. Like you're just popping Tic Tacs. He's just so good. The game needs to stay semi-close, and I think it can. Whoa, Dean, come on, man.
What's that?
Yeah, you turn your mic on, and I can hear myself in there. It's weird.
Oh, I had my mic off, and then I turned it back on. So that's all I did. Yeah, but
okay.
I don't realize that was.
But yeah, Jamal Murray, great spin up, great player because he's just going to do everything. He's going to score. He's going to take a ton of shots, score points, the assists, everything he's going to do. So he's fine if you want to go. Some of the other guys, I'm not really. Peyton Watson, I can do better than that tonight. Joe Val is fair, not great. It's Jamal Murray for me as the spin up looks great. And for Detroit, I'd want to stay on the lower side of Cade Cunningham. So some of those other guys, Duren and Thompson, are fine.
You got Murray like point per dollar. You got ahead of him, like ahead of other point guards like SGA, Maxey, Cunningham. Avdia is also point guard eligible, and DK small forward as well. Brunson, he's your favorite amongst that group, all considered as far as the big spends for guards.
Brunson?
Well, no. I was just adding him to the conversation. You sound like Murray is your favorite.
Favorite big spin guard?
Yeah. Is that fair to say?
Jamal Murray and
SGA?
Yeah. No, like he's good. If I fell on Cunningham, If I fell on SGA, fine. Maxey, Brunson, So Avdia and Jamal Murray are, I guess, the tier one for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those two as well. We're still giving Avdia 32 minutes. We did get an update with Williams being out. The other update we had, and I know people are clamoring to know, Chris Middleton's in. He's in to play with his foot. Not that anybody's going to be playing, I don't think. Chris Middleton tonight. What do you got?
That's what ruined the Milwaukee dynasty, man. Chris Middleton just couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was important. He was an important cog. Now he's just an average player at best. Like he doesn't matter at this point.
He's not even that. But I mean, you're
rounding up. Yeah.
That playoff run, when you get into the playoffs, you need that guy. They can talk analytics and 3-point shooting and dunks all you want. You need a guy who can just get a basket or at least get to the free throw line, something like that. They were just handing it to Middleton, and he was just doing his mid-range thing, man. And that really helped Giannis. But once he couldn't ever get back to that level because he had the injuries, that did him in.
There was a window where he was like one of the most underrated players in the league, I think, Middleton.
No
couple
doubt.
Years, right?
No doubt about it.
Yeah, and now he's just he's an afterthought, unfortunately. That's basically where he's at right now. Okay. Anything else of notes as far as this game? Shall we scoot along like a dog on a rug?
A dog with some stomach issues, if you will.
Ownership, by the way, nobody is projected for double digits in that game currently on DK. Duren at 10%. I mean, the thing with him is you're just begging for 30 minutes. And I hate that you're at the mercy of begging for 30 minutes. Like,
you might need it tonight. You might need him tonight.
There's not a lot of front line there for Denver outside of Joe Val. I guess Zeke Naji, I suppose, definitely dust him off. But okay, let's move along to the hammer game on DK. There's still one more game on FanDuel. We'll discuss that as well. The fifth clue is scrolling. If you're still playing along, fifth clue is check.
Oh,
check is the fifth clue. Opening, plan, pride, king, and check. That is your 5 clues for Television Tuesday. But again, we already had a winner. We're just playing it out for fun now. Not fun is the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn in Phoenix, Chop. I feel like this might be the lowest total I've seen all season long. Maybe I forget. 210.5. 210.5. Have we seen a lower total than that? Maybe we have. And I just maybe like, yeah, I don't know. But that seems pretty low. Brooklyn is a 9-point dog here. This Phoenix offense certainly is not going to be helped with the absence of Booker. Booker's out. Jalen Green is out. Man, he just cannot stay healthy. That hamstring is just, it ain't happening. It doesn't seem like it. And then midday downgrade for another guard, Colin Gillespie. Midday downgrade for Colin Gillespie. He's got a hand. As far as Brooklyn, Clowney is out. Tyrese Martin is out. Cam Thomas is available with his ankle. Yeah, Phoenix, there's some sticker shock with like players like Grayson Allen, but he should be pretty good, especially if we lose Gillespie. I think we have an if-then set up for this. I do want to check and see, but curious to get your thoughts. By the way, TJ told us February 5th. February 5th is the All-Star game. The All-Star game is the trade deadline. So I think it's usually on a Thursday, so I haven't looked. That sounds like next Thursday to me. I think that's when it typically is, Thursday afternoon.
Interesting.
Now I'm curious to look. But is that? Yeah, it is Thursday the 5th. That makes sense. Okay. Brooklyn, Phoenix, how are we feeling about this game?
Yeah, there's some nice pieces from this game, and they pretty much all reside on the Phoenix side. Brooklyn is what they are right now. They've got some pieces there. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. is always a threat. Claxton, if he falls into the right game script, I guess you want to say, almost, he's a threat. Cameron Thomas could get hot and all that good stuff, but I'm not really into the Brooklyn side. It's the Phoenix side that's very interesting. Grayson Allen is way underpriced. Even if Gillespie plays, I think Grayson Allen is underpriced. He's been really good, man. Without Booker, he's been like, you can't deny some of those numbers. And at only 63, I mean, he's 600 cheaper than Gillespie. So, and I like Gillespie too for 69, but to be 600 cheaper and to be even better, like I like Grayson Allen quite a bit. But then I think Gillespie falls into the same bucket as Dylan Brooks on this team. Like, which one of those guys do I want to take? Because I certainly wouldn't play three of them, but I think as a second piece to Grayson, Gillespie or Brooks is fine. Mark Williams, okay. Royce O'Neal, not my cup of tea. Osei Gadar, not my cup of tea. Jordan Goodwin is a pretty nice value tonight. So he's the one guy, but I'm not playing him, but he's a good value. I might end up playing him at the end if Mitchell Robinson will play Tuesday. That's good. That's a guy I want. So I'm good about that. But Grayson's going to be in my lineup for sure. It's just a matter of, do I want a second Phoenix player? If I do, it's either Gillespie or Brooks. Right now it's Gillespie. We'll see how that plays out. But Grayson's my favorite player in this game for sure. Yes, so, Grayson Allen does look like Ted Cruz. I appreciate that, RotoGrinders. Yeah, Steve, we like that. That's a fact. Also, shout out to Derek for giving us a little tip earlier that if your dog is scooting on the carpet, give him some pumpkin. The problem with that is my dog turns his nose up at pumpkin. He does not like it, but that's okay. That's
the pumpkin that gets the dog to poop?
I don't know. I guess it helps their system out. I don't know what it does for them, but they do. Most dogs do like it, and it is good for them.
Is that poop related with the grinding on the floor? Is that what's happening there?
No. It's something about like something in their butthole, Dean. I don't know, man. I'm not really an expert on it, but because my dog doesn't do it, I feed him pretty well. Like, okay. People who don't feed their dog well probably have some issues, but yeah, like dogs really good, and what's really good for them, if you just give them plain white rice, they like it. So a lot of dogs like the pumpkin. My dog doesn't like the pumpkin, but just natural. Give him some natural stuff, man. I'm not feeding him no McDonald's leftovers or nothing crazy like that.
Is that what dog owners do? Do they give them like nuggets to dogs?
There's a lot of people who give the dogs leftover fast food, and that's terrible for your dogs. I give them
bad idea.
Regular dog food, and the treats are things like plain white rice. If I have a rotisserie chicken, I got some chicken left over. Just the pure chicken, nothing, no artificial ingredients, nothing like that. Yeah, something like that. But treat your dog right, man. Your dog will treat you right.
Producer Steve, he fesses up, says he gives his dog a few French fries. Is that a few French fries? Is that okay? Is that acceptable?
Oh, man, you're taking, whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. I'm not giving my dog no French fries.
What's the upside in giving the dog French fries? What's like? Yeah, just because I guess the dog loves it.
Yeah, he becomes addicted to French fries, and every time he smells it, he's coming over there begging you for it.
That's exactly the situation. It's his favorite food. He gets so excited. So I'm like, all right, you could have one or two.
Okay, there you go. So, Chop, here's the question. You were talking about Goodwin, and are we leaving the light on for the potential of Gillespie being out? Because he's the biggest benefactor if we happen to lose Gillespie. And our current projection is on Goodwin, like, it's fine, right? 23 DK points is a median for 4.5K. And if we lose Gillespie, and again, it's a midday downgrade, it's a game against Brooklyn, a game they should win already. We have a projection of 30 and a half for DK, 30 and a half for FanDuel, and he becomes a really strong value. So maybe just put him in there anyway. I don't know. Just like plug him in and you can get an upgrade. You have another game to work with, right? So there's at 9 o'clock, it's Brooklyn, Phoenix, but you also have Detroit and Denver. Not the best game, but it's like something you can work with. I'm thinking about maybe just plugging him in and, he becomes a great play and becomes a fine play if, worst case scenario. Is that the thought process here as far as Goodwin?
Well, my thought process, Dean, is I'm plugging in Colin Gillespie. And if he gets ruled out, if he's in, I love the play. If he's out, and that's just, I can eat the $2,000 and just go to Goodwin, or I can just go to Dylan Brooks. Like, I'm with you though.
You're not going to go to Goodwin. You're not going to leave over 2K.
If I have to, because I don't think I'm going to have anybody from the Denver game, and I think I'll only have Grayson Allen and either Gillespie. I'll only have Grayson Allen from this game. Plus, I think I'm playing Gillespie right now, and I'm like, so I don't know, man. Maybe we'll get that news beforehand. If not, then maybe you go to. I mean, Gillespie being out probably helps not just Goodwin, but probably Dylan Brooks a little bit too, and Brooks is already projecting at pretty well, man. Mid-30s for 6,500. I don't know. I feel, but yeah. Listen, if you told me pre-lock, Gillespie's out, Goodwin's a lock. He's a lock for sure.
I feel really good about him if we lose Gillespie, and the midday downgrades, right, tend to be less than 50% they play. What do they say? Questionable 50%, right?
What's the questionable though? Is he just got a little sickness?
He's got a hand.
Tough to just shoot. Is a shooting hand and offhand? We got those are the kind of things.
Well, I'll tell you. I think it just said hand, but I'll tell you what the injury report says. Let's see.
And see, here's the thing about it, Dean.
Right hand. It says right hand. Is he right hand?
He's not a superstar. He's just kind of starting to get his chance to do things. So a guy like that probably pushes himself to take every opportunity like this. So this is not like, I don't know, Michael Porter Jr. getting a midday downgrade. That guy's made all his money. He's done his thing. Like I can sit back and you guys can tank. Gillespie's just now starting to find that groove as an NBA player. I don't think he wants to lose that much. I think he'd probably fight through it. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Gillespie's a good play if he plays. If they rule him out, Goodwin would be a lock, and then you would just have to get that news beforehand because otherwise I'd be stuck because I'm not having anybody in the two late games other than Allen and Gillespie.
Tim in chat says his dogs love potatoes. Potatoes? Like just like a full potato? Or just like different versions of potato? I don't know if he's like breaking it up, but like you get like a loaded baked potato with the sour cream.
Oh no, come on, dude. You're pushing it.
Well, what are you giving this dog, Tim?
You're pushing it. You can't be having a loaded baked potato.
He says potatoes. I don't know. Like he's not giving him is he throwing some salt in there? The full potato?
Oh, Tim's taters. Man, that reminds me of baseball season. I'm ready for baseball season. Dean.
Oh,
my goodness, I'm ready. That NBA can be a grind of all grinds, man.
Hey, we got the All-Star break coming up soon, and it gets really goofy. It gets really goofy in March, so that's certainly something to look forward to. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. I see Will hanging out in chat. What's up, Will? And I see Tim saying it's down to a reasonable 10 degrees outside. Let me know in chat like how cold it is or what's the coldest it got where you're located. And feel free to give your location. Chop, it was in the 40s this morning in Florida. So I feel you guys. I definitely feel you guys. I'm right there with you. Where was it at? Is it still super cold for you in Texas?
I mean, you said the lowest it got over the last few days was 18, the lowest, but right now I'm at 50, sitting at 50 right now and sunny. But by midnight it'll hit freezing again. It's been a pattern like that. That's the pattern we're in right now. No rain, that's good. So no freezing rain on the roads. That's what shuts everything down. But nighttime we're freezing, but daytimes we're in the 50s, and we'll soon to be getting in the 60s in a couple of days for daytimes. And every night it'll drop back down to freezing. I don't mind that weather. Listen, the freeze, Dean. When you freeze long enough in San Antonio this time of year, you knock out the mountain cedar. I love it. I hate mountain cedar. It's a really bad allergy. So if you freeze long enough, you can knock it out completely.
Is the river frozen on the Riverwalk?
That's a good question. I don't ever go down there, so I don't know.
I love the Riverwalk.
It might be. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. So
Is it too much of a tourist trap for you? Is that why it's too far away for you?
It's definitely far away. It's downtown, then so you got the extra traffic built in, and yeah, there's a lot of tourists down there.
Let's see. Lippy said -10 in Madison, 74 in LA, 21 in Austin for Jeff. Don Yeezy, 33 in South Texas. Negative creep, -3 for negative creep. Yeah, it's where are we at as far as Nashville, Steve? Let us know. I saw some pictures in Slack. It looks like Nashville was hit pretty hard. Is it finally subduing? How's the I know he's not exactly in Nashville, but close enough.
Sorry, I mean some chocolate covered pretzels.
Make sure you give some to the dog too.
No chocolate. My daughter's brought them to me. So today the roads are pretty clear. Everything seemed to melt. It's kind of a similar situation as Chop. It's going to freeze again tonight, but most of the snow melted. The issues are trees down and power outages still. But for like ice and snow, everything's pretty much clear, which is good.
So better, worse, or basically what you expected overall?
It was kind of what I expected. We've been in the house since without able to go out since Saturday.
Yeah.
So 4 days. But tomorrow we should be fine. Everything should be pretty much open except if they don't have power.
Chop, let's knock out this last game on FanDuel. It's the Clippers, Utah. Again, DK spared you. The Jazz, 234.5 is the total. It is a pretty big total. Utah is an 8-point dog here. Now they're resting. This is the front half of back-to-back for Utah. Nurkic is getting rested, or they're saying he's sick. They are resting Keontae George as well. Lauri Markkanen is back from his sickness. He's available according to the injury report. Kevin Love also available with his knee. The big one, of course, is Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard is questionable with his knee. DJJ is still out. Chris Dunn is available. I believe he left last game. But he's good to go tonight. Yeah, so we love picking on Utah. Jim Harden looks great as is. Zubac looks really good. If we happen to lose Kawhi, Harden looks even better. Revenge game for John Collins. Is he a vengeful guy? I'm not sure. How we feel about – I think Collier. Is actually one of the first players you're plugging in on FanDuel. I ran some stuff earlier. Yeah, he's hitting the threshold for me, Chop. 81% of my lineups. That was the cap. We got him at a median projection of
Collier.
Yeah, Isaiah Collier. With the absence of George, he's 5K. Yeah. His median number is 32, and that's just too strong. And I think he's one of the first players you're playing, certainly in your cash games. Utah and the Clippers, what do you got?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with the Collier. Take at 5K. Awesome play, great value. James Harden, if you're on FanDuel, that's fine. He's a good player. Going to project high, under 10K still. Don't know about Kawhi Leonard. Might want to skip past him. Markkanen might want to skip past him. He's pricey. Good projection, but I don't know if there's that much value there. Zubac, there's a better value for you at 67, but he's a center. And if you're playing over there, you've got all those centers, center only to choose from. So, and you only got one spot for it, so it kind of rules him out. Yeah, I don't know. The Harden, I think, is a great spend up. And I think Collier's a great saver. And those are the two guys I'd be targeting from that game if I was playing over there. And the rest of those guys, Zubac, bad position. Leonard, don't think he's healthy. And Markkanen, just not a great value. So Collier and Harden, one from each side is what I'd be looking at.
Ruthless Villain's asking about captain for the Jazz game. I have not looked at that from a showdown perspective. I don't know if you play showdown for a game that's not the DK slate. That's something that you dabble in, or
looking for a captain for
the
Jazz game.
Yeah,
so you know what? I don't have the prices, but I don't think it matters because you can kind of tell what it is. So
Collier.
I think Collier, if you feel like you want to, you're putting Harden on a showdown for that game regardless. Harden's in your lineup somewhere. Can't not have the highest scoring player of the game not be in your lineup. So Harden's is a matter of, do you want to go utility and stack the rest of the utilities? Then you put Collier up top, or you put Harden up top, bypass Leonard, and go with some cheaper guys. I think I'd probably lean towards Harden up top. Hope he scores like 60 or 65, and stack the rest of the team with guys who just fit in, like Collier, Collins, Ace Bailey, those kind of guys.
I just ran 33 lineups without any sort of variance or whatever. 64% Harden captain, 18% Collier, 12% Zwarych. So those are the top three that I'm seeing right now. Of course, things can change if Kawhi happens to play. All right. Crunch time coming in just a few minutes here, Chop. Again, Crunch time's going to go game by game. No, they're going to go position by position, give their fair plays, not just DraftKings, but FanDuel as well. We have a very angry Kirkwood who's probably going to let me have it when he comes in here. Also, you get TJ. TJ's Zwarych, one of the greatest DFS players in all of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Chief Mineralogist Kevin Roth holding it down. Today's – what do you got, Chop? What do you got, Chop?
Real quick before you give that D, I just have to say, Hammer, I'm going to have to hide that comment. Now, I apologize. I'm not usually a censor like that, but you might you went overboard with that one. I'm going to have to hide that one. I found it funny, but we're trying to run a program here that doesn't get banned from YouTube. So appreciate the comment, but I got to hide that from you.
It's a family show. Chop, think of your plums play as we dive into today's television.
I already got it, brother. I'm waiting for you.
Shout out to Chop, by the way. Chop took this down in just two clues. All we needed was 2 clues. As did T-Top. T-Top in the Discord channel only needed 2 clues as well for today's TV show. Opening was the first clue. Plan was the second clue. They're somewhat aligned, opening and plan, because Pride has to do with the star of this show. Well, there's 2 different ways to look at it. It's also a synonym for I'm just going to go ahead and I was going to give it away saying the first clue is the reason why I didn't want to say it. But opening and plan in the game chess, the most famous opening when you play chess is called the Queen's Gambit. It's the oldest known chess play where you sacrifice a pawn. That is your plan. I originally had sacrifice and I changed plan to sacrifice to plan, but same difference essentially. Pride, you can say it's pride and joy, or you can say pride. A synonym for that is joy. This, of course, stars Anya Taylor-Joy. King, the point of the game, the point of chess is to capture the opponent's, trap the opponent's king, and then 5 check. When that happens, you put your opponent in check or checkmate. It's the Queen's Gambit. Have we seen this? This has been in my queue on Netflix for 3 to 4 years. I've still yet to watch it. I hear it's great. I will get to it. Yeah, I will get to it one day, but I've never seen it, and it's just still there. If I go back in my queue, you recommend it. It sounds like
very good, very good, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm told it's excellent,
and I'm a much bigger fan, Dean, these days. Much bigger fan of the limited series because you tell your story, and you don't have to stretch it out for meaningless seasons just to catch a paycheck because they don't want to cancel it. I like the limited series. You tell a story, man, and get in and get out, and it's good. So,
did you watch the recent Claire Danes one on Netflix?
Which one was that?
What was it called? It's a limited series, The Beast in Me.
Oh,
did you watch that?
I did not.
Pretty good. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, she basically plays Claire Danes, like the character she always plays. It seems like, but it's good. I think it's I don't know if I'd throw it to the top. But I thought it was pretty fun. Chat's telling me it's horrible. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not for everybody. But I kind of enjoyed it. Okay. Chop, we need plums. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm not going to go too far off the reservation with ownership here. One guy I got in my lineup right now I feel really good about. I'm going Alexander Sarr. Plums play of the night. Nice and mid-rangey, 7,200. I think Alexander Sarr is going to have a big game here.
I like Sarr too. Yeah, still debating between Sarr and Donovan Clingan. We like the centers in that game, the first game on the slate. Our guy Tim is talking about Landman in chats. The finale was kind of a whimper.
What?
It was
The season 2 finale?
It was kind
It
of
was probably as good as any episode in the season. Like I thought they weren't really doing particular. I didn't think they were hitting the mark on season 2, and then they got to the last episode, and I was like, okay, that wrapped it up pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but there's more outrageous things that happen throughout the season, but we'll see. We'll stay tuned, and I think they did drop a big storyline, maybe the episode before the last episode, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and I'll watch season 3. I like Billy Bob, and it's a ridiculous show, but I'll keep watching it. We do have crunch time here coming in just a second, but it looks like they're fully assembled. Let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's seamlessly segue. It is crunch time right now. I see in chat, Roth, you asked if that is Larry David. That is right before Larry David does trip.
That's
nicely done. I don't like this when you put pictures in the in the StreamYard, it flips it. So that's why Shaq's number looks funky. If you're wondering why the number is backwards, I don't know if there's a way to get around that.
It's not. It's normal.
Oh, well, for me, it's flipped. That's so you're saying for me, it's got it backwards. That's so odd. Huh? It looks strange. It looks perfectly normal to you, the number?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a screenshot and send this to you guys because you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm just like making this up.
Yeah, there is a setting in StreamYard to like mirror your camera. So it might be flipped for you, Dean.
Okay.
It looks normal for everyone else.
Yeah. No surprise that I did not know how to do the yellow flip, I suppose. But shout out to you, Roth. Are you a curb guy?
Yeah, like not consistently, but if there was an episode that I happened to stumble across, I would watch it. And when I saw that image, I was like, was there an episode where that happened? And of course, because there was always ridiculous things happening in that show.
It's wild that it's never actually happened to my knowledge. Like, I don't know if we've ever had it seems like something that should really happen. They're really close to the court.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's ever happened before. TJ Kirkwood, how are we doing?
Doing well. Had a real good day today. It's cold outside, but I've been reading books. I've been playing video games, getting some work done. So it's things are going well.
Look at you. Productive day for you.
We need a Kirkwood finger update now.
Easy there, big guy.
Give us the finger, Kirk.
All right. First, I
You've
want
been
to say
asking
that
all
the
show,
finger
Kirk.
the finger I'm gonna give Dean
He's going to give me the finger.
is the middle finger. After what I heard him talking about me yesterday, the Pats and my play of a lifetime, which cashed, and also my legacy play, which cashed this week. Chop was my boy. He was standing up for me, so I appreciate that, Chop. Know who the real ones are out there. Anyways, the finger update. Yeah, so I went in on Friday, and she knew exactly what it was, but they had to do a biopsy. She said she's pretty sure it's benign, but they have to do one. And she burnt it off, electrocuted it, or whatever, and then it might grow back. There might be a growth cut thing that comes back, or the hope is it doesn't, and it's all set and we're done. We go our separate ways. But if it comes back, I got to go back in, and they can't just cut it out because there's not enough skin on the finger.
So all this drama, and it was a wart the whole time. Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's not a wart. It's like I forgot. She gave me the name of it. I don't remember, but it was more like a blood blister. But it's legit serious. It was pretty. Wasn't really happy in the appointment, but I'm not going to get into details. But anyways,
but then your Patriots won, and all is well in the world.
Thank you. It's nice. I wish that most of you guys could experience this. Is what we get. We're so spoiled here in Boston. That I wish that you guys could experience it. I mean, Dean gets a hockey championship one, and he thinks he's
back to back.
Yeah, come on, let's get real here. Anyways, yeah. So, I haven't heard that it's not cancer yet. So that's the next thing.
Right. Well, now we can't make fun of you until we clear it up. So I'm glad you're doing okay then.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't. Dean, let me chime in. Maybe Kirk's got some real good insurance. Do you have to pay anything out of pocket for that?
Chop. So I do have insurance, and it's through myself. Through in Massachusetts here, through the Connector Care, where you get it. I pay it's ridiculous. I'm up to $800 a month now. in insurance. Yeah, I know I'm not on the cushy benefit plan that all you Better Collective people get, like you and Dean. So, you know, it's me and TJ. We're out here grinding. TJ doesn't. TJ has great health care.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, TJ, how's that work out, man? Is there long lines out there in Canada?
Only if you like on like a busy time, like a weekend or something, show up to a Mediclinic walk-in type of thing, then you'll have to wait a couple hours. But other than that, no.
Okay, we're fully off track. Let's get to some hoops. Dean, say your goodbyes.
I would just say that since we're keeping score, I also hit my play of a lifetime the other day. So shout out to me.
Nobody cares.
I'm gonna do another one. The OKC Thunder tonight. Money line. OKC Thunder money line.
Oh,
minus 180 money line.
You're trolling him, Dean.
Thunder
minus 180 is minimal. And I also gave a 2-team parlay with it that worked out to be a plus 118. Like, get a clue on how to sports bet. Don't just sit here and act like you know what you're talking about. You don't know anything.
It's a W. Scoreboard, Dan.
You don't know anything about it. You're a joke, Dean. Go.
Chop, Dean, crunch time, Roth.
What a way to get the show rolling. As always, welcome to it. Ladies and gents, you know the drill. It's crunch time. It's two of the sharpest minds in the industry. The aforementioned TJ Zwarych in the house. What does Dean call you? One of the best DFS players in all of Saskatoon, Canada?
Yeah, it's just absolutely rude. Such a backhanded compliment. But,
it's so good. How you doing, man?
At least I'm here with the people who are nice to me now.
That's right. How you feeling?
Good. Yeah, like I said, it's been a good day. It's finally starting to warm up here a little bit. You know, it's right around the 0 Fahrenheit range, no longer the minus 30, 40, 50 like we had been having. So doing well, living the life, get to since football is winded down, like I'm kind of in a nice little chill stretch, finally getting to do some things that I've been planning on doing or meaning to do for a while and haven't had a chance to, and now getting to lean into it a little bit. So yeah, life's good.
Very good. Did want to give you a shout out. Somebody in chat, I can't even scroll up. Oh, Jay Saskatoon says, we want to shout out TJ. He's looking fresh. You're showered and fresh today, TJ.
Thank you, J3. Thank you so much.
Gee, okay. All right.
That looks like you got bit by a spider and it's getting like dead from where you got bit.
Kirkdiese is muted, but honestly, that's okay.
I told you this thing was real. That I didn't, it wasn't. The only reason I held out was because I didn't feel like a man wanted to say, yes, I have a cut on my pinky. Like when I have an appointment, like.
All right. Well, we're happy that things are hopefully improving in your world, Kirk. And we got to talk about your squad. The greatest free roll to the Super Bowl that has ever been had from the New England Patriots. And here they are. And now they're the underdog, and they could actually win with just that underdog.
They're going to win. They're going to win. So here's how I take it. I think they're honestly going to win. I think people in analytics know the truth here. Yes, the strength of schedule, but it's not. If you look at the offense through the defenses that they played, we've played tons of tough defenses, and the toughest road in the playoffs probably in history with the Texans, three of the top 5 defenses, Texans, Chargers, and Broncos in Mile High. Those are 3 out of the top 5 defenses. I'm not talking about their offense. I'm talking about their defense. So you have to give them credit for
okay,
winning.
but real quick, you didn't do anything against those defenses. Those teams just
we did more. We did what we had to win, and that's the whole point. You win the game.
You're bragging about beating good defense, Kirkwood. You're bragging about.
Oh, when's the last time your team's been in a Super Bowl? When's the last time you've been in a
Come inside, it's right inside, it's the Mickey Mouse.
This is how I feel.
Roll call.
When's the last time your team's been in the Super Bowl?
I'm a Giants fan, so it's, 10 years or so. All right. We already got off track too much early, so we can't fight about it. We should get into this slate. The people are here for some NBA. They are not here to hear you talk about your Mickey Mouse Clubhouse potential Super Bowl championship.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
I can't. I'm sorry. TJ, give me an overview of the slate, and then Kirkwood will have you dive in at point guard on DraftKings.
Yeah, pretty fun slate today. There are, I think, I want to say 3 teams that really stand out as the top options, maybe 4, but a lot of games that you can not quite cross off on this one, but kind of set it to maybe a max 1 per team so that you can really target a few of these situations today. We're still waiting on a little bit of news. Joel Embiid listed as questionable. I think he's expected to play though. And then Colin Gillespie in the last game of the night as well. Other than that, we're mostly good to go.
Very good. Okay, Kirk, let's dive into it. Point guard, DraftKings, what are we doing?
Yeah, I love Drake May. First foremost, on the running back, I'll take Ramondre Stevenson. All right, let's go. Ryan Rollins is at the point guard is probably the best play on the slate if this game stays even remotely competitive, and if not, he still probably does okay. Philly is coming off. The only thing that scares me a little bit is they're coming off such a bad loss that they've got to be in tune for this game. But their games have been awesome lately from a fantasy perspective, and they haven't. I have confidence that Milwaukee can play here, but obviously this is because Giannis is out. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander obviously is probably the best stud on the slate. I don't know if I'm going to get up there because I don't like a ton of the value enough to get there. I don't like my lineups overall, but he is in play. Trey Johnson is a really phenomenal play against Portland at 4,900 for the role, just way too cheap. He was struggling, and the last time I played him, and he just always gets there just because he's just he's getting so many minutes right now without CJ McCollum on the team anymore. So like that, I like my favorite poem. Sorry, Jalen Brunson is really too cheap. 8,700 against Sacramento, which is a great matchup for him. And Cat is kind of in the doghouse right now. I don't like the ceiling that Brunson has had this season, but I think this is a game where if it plays right and if Cat is in the doghouse, then it could just be Brunson could go nuts in this one.
Right, like he does have a ceiling. He can score 40
he
real
can.
points.
He just hasn't.
Right.
I haven't liked it this season so far, and so he's looked more like a cash play this season, is what people say, Jalen Brunson. But we know. That's what I'm saying. I think, and he's only 8,700. I mean, he used to be a lot more expensive. Cade Cunningham, I think, is a really solid play. And then you could make a case for Maxey, but I'd rather probably not with the back-to-back, even though he didn't play a lot of minutes the last game. But and Embiid back, you could make a case for Jamal Murray, and people are going to play Cole Anthony. That's one of the value pieces that I was talking about that I really don't like that much. So. Those are my guys.
Okay. A lot of potential plays here. TJ, what are your favorites at point?
Ryan Rollins, the must-play guy in cash, and I'm going to be loading up on him in tournaments as well. I have 70% Ryan Rollins, and so I made a rule that maximum 1, minimum 1, so just exactly 1 of Ryan Rollins and Cole Anthony in every lineup, but I definitely prefer that to be Ryan Rollins, which is why I'm getting 70% of him today. Trey Johnson is my second highest owned guy. Probably would rather play him at shooting guard because there are a lot of strong point guards, but nothing. I guess there's kind of a lot of strong shooting guards today too. And so either spot, but you're getting to both Trey Johnson and Ryan Rollins in cash. SGA is my favorite. As long as you're not considering Rollins a spend up, which he's really not. He's 7.1K. I agree with Kirkdiese that SGA is the top spend up option. I like Denny Avdia as a low owned option as well. He's not that low owned, but he's not going highly owned either because he's still kind of in that returning from injury stretch. Gets a little revenge against Washington. And then if he plays, I like Colin Gillespie. And I'm still getting to, because they're going to be low owned, some Tyrese Maxey, Brunson, Cunningham, Jamal Murray. But I think my favorite of that group is Jamal Murray because he's going to be 2% owned tonight.
If you are fading Rollins, who's the direct pivot? You mentioned you had one max of
Rollins and Cole Anthony. That's not a direct pivot because he's $3,000 cheaper. But the direct pivot is Colin Gillespie, and you just got to hope he plays.
Okay, very good. Let's go to shooting guard, TJ.
Shooting guard today, better than most days. We have Grayson Allen, shooting guard, small forward, but he's going to be my favorite option on the slate. We just keep wanting to roll out a ton of these Suns players while Devin Booker is out. Trey Johnson, we've already talked about. Keyshawn George is the other guy that it's a must play for cash. Zone cash, you're going to have Rollins for sure, Trey Johnson for sure, Keyshawn George for sure, Grayson Allen for sure. Outside of that group, Cole Anthony can be played here as well, but like I said, I got a max one, him and Rollins. Josh Hart is fine. There are some cheap punts I think you can go with, like a Terrence Mann or Isaiah Joe. And then Jordan Goodwin is somebody I'm playing a fair amount of, but only in lineups that I'm fading Grayson Allen and Dylan Brooks. He's kind of the guy that I'm going to instead for his like a if this one gets ugly, or a he's playing so well and that pulls from Grayson Allen's playing time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm not playing Goodwin with Allen or Brooks, but I do still like him in kind of tournament pivot lineups. And then Shadon Sharp is the other guy that's in my pool that I don't mind for low ownership.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Kirk, a shooting guard, please.
Yeah, I just want to add to that Goodwin. Gillespie, if he's out, that's a big boost for Goodwin.
Yeah, and I would abolish that rule if Gillespie's out as well. Good call.
Yeah, I like him. I like Grayson Allen. In the last game without Booker, we're talking he took 18 shots. Now he only made 4 of them. Well, that happens. So let's hope he's a little hotter tonight and he gets the same usage and the massive minutes that he played. So yeah, without Booker and with Jalen Green on such a minutes limit, that these Suns guys, even though it's not the greatest matchup against Brooklyn is pretty good at giving up fantasy points to other. Like they kind of lock down the point guard usually, and then it's usually kind of the wings that do a lot of damage against them. But so I like Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen a lot. Kayshawn George. Now the only thing is with Kayshawn is that somebody's going to get Kamara's defense. And whoever that is probably going to underperform. And so I'm not sure who it is. It could be Trey Johnson. It could be Kayshawn George. I don't know. They both grade out as really good plays, so I would just kind of stick with it. But it is a little bit worrisome to me. Josh Hart, 6,600 is a perfectly reasonable tag. The problem I don't like so much that Mitch Robb is back for this one for guys like Hart and for Cat because it just ruins their rebounding. But Hart could still deliver and probably won't. He'll be on the court with a bunch of minutes without Mitch Robb there too. Cole Anthony, I just lukewarm if I had to play him, I would, but don't really like it. And Shadon Sharp, I thought was a good call. And lastly, I think Trey Murphy. If you're going to play this game, you probably want somebody coming back on New Orleans, and Trey Murphy is a guy with a massive ceiling.
Yeah. Okay. Small forward.
Okay. Small forward. Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, probably my 2 favorites. Then I would get to Kyle Kuzma. They're just out of scoring with Giannis. There's so much usage just off the board, and KPJ as well. And Kuzma's a guy who came in this last game against Denver. He played pretty good. He played 35 minutes at 34 fantasy points. Let's hope he can keep it rolling. There is a case to be made. You can fade him, especially when he's going to be somewhat chalky here tonight. So I get it, but I am playing him in my lineup. Then there's Mikal Bridges. It's kind of there's Denny Avdia you could play here. Paul George, 6,600 is okay. Michael Porter Jr. But really, it's just like these guards that I can plug in at the small forward position is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, small forward.
Now that I think about it, I think you probably want to play at least one of Grayson Allen, Jordan Goodwin, Dylan Brooks in every lineup. And wow, yeah, those really do look like the same person. Good call, Steve. I think like if Brooks and Allen can easily be played together, even with Gillespie in, but one of those guys with Goodwin, I think you want to get probably in every lineup. Avdia is the guy that I'm going to as the biggest spend up, and I don't mind like a Peyton Watson or a Michael Porter Jr. in tournaments.
Yeah. Okay. Power forward.
All right. Sorry, 1 second. Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, $2 are my 2 highest owned guys here. After that, the position gets really weak really fast. And I'm just doing a bunch of punt options that I don't really like, but Neat Clifford, Kenrich Williams, Ron Holland, Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins is going to be pretty chalky, and that's probably your he or Portis are probably your cash game options here, unless you're playing Kuzma at the 4. But pretty gross spot today at the power forward.
Kirk, your thoughts at the 4, please.
Yeah, only one so I'm playing Portis and Kuzma. The next guy on my list would be Chet Holmgren, and then the next guy for DPPs would be, I think you could play, and I like this power forward, you could play Saboner here.
Center spot, please.
All righty. Alex Sarr. I recommend this guy every show I do. This is my guy who I play, but now that they don't have Vucevic, they don't have who's the other center I'm thinking? I don't even care. They're missing like two other bigs behind him.
Mm-hmm.
His minutes shot up to 37 minutes in each of the last two games.
Love that.
Yeah, he's somebody that can absolutely go nuts. In Portland is a very good matchup for opposing centers. So they give up like 6 most fantasy points to opposing centers. So the matchup is pretty good. Other than that, Embiid is too cheap on. I love Embiid at this price on DraftKings. I don't like him on FanDuel as much, but he's 9,200. His minutes have been fully cleared if he plays. He is questionable, but I think that it's more like a probable situation. But against Houston the other night in a crazy game, he went 46 minutes. And if they're doing that, and that was wild on the 22nd, but if it just shows that he's fully back and unleashed. And he followed that up the next time he played he got 36 minutes against the Knicks. So full minutes at 9,200 for Embiid in a pretty good game where we like all of the other, the sides of them, the Bucks. It's whether you have 2 or 3 Bucks probably in your lineup tonight. And so Embiid is the perfect run back. Karl Anthony Towns, I said, is in play. He could be in the doghouse, but he is kind of cheap, and Sacramento gives up a ton in the paint. And this could be maybe he bounces back. I can see it that way, but I'd rather play Brunson and play it that way, but I wouldn't fault you if you play Towns. And then Jalen Williams is like the punt play, the not J-Dub, just the regular Jalen Williams for OKC, who probably gets the start tonight against the Pelicans for 4,300. And then also Joe Val.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, a lot of different ways we can go here. Are you spending up?
Yeah, Joel Embiid's my favorite at this spot. I'm getting to him as my highest owned guy. If I need to save salary, I'm going with Jalen Williams for OKC. And then in the mid tier, I like Alex Sarr. So those are going to be the 3 guys that I'm getting to the most. Don't mind some Miles Turner. Don't mind some Mark Williams. And then there's going to be some low-owned cheap options I try in a couple lineups like Dylan Cardwell, Mitch Robinson, Oso Iguodaro, but don't really like those guys. And then some high-ceiling guys I'm throwing in there as well. JV, Towns, Klingon, Duran, but much lower levels than the Embiids, the J. Wills, and the Alex Sarrs.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. That means we get to kick things on over, talk a little bit of FanDuel. Let's just jump right into it. TJ, you can lead us off at point.
Give me no time to switch my screen over, Rob.
Sorry.
Come on.
I know. Usually I do the read, but I didn't have the read ready, so I just went into it. Yeah.
So this game is a little bit different. This slate is a little bit different because we have the Clippers and Utah on it as well, and there's actually a lot of really good value in this game. 2 highest owned plays on the slate on FanDuel are from that game at point guard. James Harden, Isaiah Collier, throw in Trey Johnson and Ryan Rollins. Those are the 4 guards you play in cash game today. Easy peasy. Let me just make sure that George has forward eligibility. Yeah. And so those are the 4 guards that you play in cash. Tournaments, I actually don't really like SGA as a spend up because he's coming in at massive ownership. I would way rather go to Tyrese Maxey at half the ownership, Cunningham at half of Maxey's ownership, Jamal Murray at half of Cunningham's ownership. And so depending on how low owned you want to get, there are 4 really good options up there that not many people are going to be playing. You can throw Brunson into that mix as well. I think spending up to anybody not named Harden or SGA is a very strong thing to do in tournaments.
Okay. Kirk, your thoughts at point?
Yeah, Collier. It's just with Keontae George out, is just going to see a lot of run, and he's good against the Clippers. So I like him at 5K. Rollins, like TJ said, looks like a really solid. He's definitely the cash guy, but you can play him in tournament sure as well, obviously. Harden too. SGA, I just don't like the price. Just 11-3 just seems tough. But if this game stays close, he's probably the guy you want. But I'm not going to be able to fit him, I don't think. And the guy, the stud I like for the lowest ownership out of all the guys, TJ was saying too, is Cade Cunningham against Denver. People are going to play Jamal, but I think Cade is the guy in this game tonight.
Okay, very good. That brings us to shooting guard. What are you doing there? All
right, shooting guard. I just X'd out. Hold on, sorry. Refreshing. Sorry. Shooting guard.
We got time.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, Ryan Rollins, same place. James Harden. Then now you get to Grayson Allen, you get to Dylan Brooks, either a shooting guard or small forward. Gillespie, Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Jordan Goodwin is hanging around there too. These are all the same guys we like, but so for me, it's going to be Grayson and Dylan Brooks.
Okay, easy enough. TJ, shooting guard.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of the same names, and this is a situation like most nights that if somebody has small forward eligibility, play them there. Just play them there because there are so many better guard plays. You got to play Harden and Rollins in cash. You're playing Keyshawn George too, but that'll be at the small forward position. Favorite tournament pivots are Jamal Murray up top, Colin Gillespie down low or in the mid tier. And then if you do want to like tournament pivot off of a guy like Trey Johnson, I like Jordan Goodwin at 4,600.
Yeah. Okay. How about small forward?
Spending up, I like a guy like Denny Avdia in tournaments. In cash, you're playing Keyshawn George and probably Grayson Allen, but there are more options here with guys like this. Is maybe where your lineup gets a little bit different than some people. I think a lot of people will go Paul George. I wouldn't. I personally don't want to go there. I would go Allen or Kuzma, but all of those guys are options, as is Josh Hart, as is Mikal Bridges, as is Royce O'Neal, another guy I don't like. I just kind of always X him out because he doesn't really ever have a ceiling, as is Dylan Brooks. Like there's so many guys that you can play here at the small forward position. My favorites are eating the chalk with George, spending up for Denny Avdia, or going cheaper for in cash, somebody like a Kuzma, or in tournaments. Hold on just a second. I accidentally clicked the wrong button and desorted myself. I don't mind Peyton Watson. And then if you need to punt, I don't mind Isaiah Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Kirk, your thoughts at small forward?
Yep. It's Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks again, Keyshawn George again, Kyle Kuzma again. I think Kawhi Leonard is interesting if he does play, which I think he will, but he is going to be on somewhat of a minutes cap, they said. So it's a little dangerous. Jordan Goodwin is the guy that gets a boost if Gillespie is out. And I don't really like much else.
Okay. Easy enough. Let's go to power forward.
All right. Power forward. This is where you can play Alex Sarr. I like that here on FanDuel so we can get two real centers. So I love him. Bobby Portis. Also I love. Then from there I'd go to Chet Holmgren. I'd go to Jalen Williams if you need save some salary. Kenrick Williams could do well. You know, OKC's depth, a lot of them are out tonight. There's a bunch of guys out. So Kenrick Williams in the game, he'll probably be out there for blowout run too if it does blow out. But I'm not sure that this game doesn't stay close tonight. So other than that, those are my guys.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, power forward.
Yeah, again, not quite as strong as these guard spots, but it is a little bit better than the small forward position. I really like Alex Sarr at 7,900. Talked about Josh Hart. He's fine. Bobby Portis at only 6K on FanDuel, cheaper than he is on DraftKings, so he looks really good. Kuzma at only 5,300 once again. Jalen Williams you can play here at power forward, only 4,200. And then if you're trying to get like really crazy, like this is exclusively 150 lineups type of thing, but mixing in like one or two lineups with Precious Achua, who's probably not going to play in very many minutes. But and this was before Sabonis came back that he did it. But the last time he played the Knicks, where was the last team he played for? They gave him 38 minutes and he had 50 fantasy points. Now this isn't the same situation. They have more people back. He doesn't project well, but just kind of like sprinkle some revenge in one or two lineups.
Okay, I'm down to sprinkle a little revenge. Kirk, I believe it's your turn for power forward.
I did it already.
Damn it! That means TJ, it's your turn for center.
Joel Embiid, still my favorite spend up for tournaments. He's more expensive, but he's going to be a lot lower owned here on FanDuel because he's 10-1. So we're only projecting him for about 5% ownership. Alex Sarr, I like, who we talked about. I think Klingon, Duran, Zubac, all in that mid-tier range, all look pretty good. You need to get cheaper than that. I think Mark Williams is my top guy. I like Jonas Valanciunas at only 5,200 as well. He's way cheaper here than he is on DraftKings.
Yeah. Okay. Kirk, center.
Yeah, I love Joe Val tonight. So he's so cheap, and I think there's room for minutes to go up, and he's seen a bunch of usage, and it's FanDuel scoring, which is good. So he's my guy. Other than that, I like Zubac a lot too against the Jazz, who are just pathetic against everybody, but especially centers. I already said Alex Sarr. He's in my lineup at power forward. Bobby Portis, I'm playing too as well. Mitch Robb is a guy you can play for dirt cheap, who could, rack up a bunch of blocks on FanDuel for 4,200 against Sacramento. He could also rack up 5 fouls really quickly too. So you know what you're getting with him, but 4,500 is nice, especially if Cat is in the doghouse again or something happens, like Cat gets in foul trouble or something. But like that. I do like Embiid. I said he's like my favorite over on DraftKings. I think he's in play too on FanDuel. And someone asked about John Collins' revenge. I'm pretty sure they've played a bunch of times already. I can't see that happening tonight, to be honest, with everybody back for the Clippers. But yeah, I'm out on that one.
Okay. He's revenged out. He's gotten all the revenge out of him already.
Yeah, he's counting that money.
Yeah, you can't hold on to the anger forever. Very good, gentlemen.
It's not like me and Dean, I'm gonna go to sleep thinking about how am I gonna get Dean back? How am I gonna get Dean back?
Why were you mad at Dean? What did he say? I missed it.
He's been yapping a lot. I don't even want to see it's so offensive. I don't even want to
besmirched you while you weren't even there to defend yourself. You were just watching a show.
Yeah, unbelievable. At the very end, and thankfully Beer and Chop are my guys, and they were both like, whoa, no, and so yeah,
okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right, good to know. Dean, if you're watching, you can't besmirch the man when he's not there to defend himself. Let's see, we are getting a bunch of questions in. Love that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit us with the thumbs up. Keep in mind it is free content, which is outrageous because these are some of the sharpest minds in the industry helping walk you through things. So hit that thumbs up for us so that we can keep this show free forever and ever and ever. Also want to tell you about Pick Labs, the newest RotoGrinders feature. Lets you scan for the best player prop and pick 'em bets in seconds. It's automatic. It's the future. It's AI or something like that. Everything's broken down for you. Edges, win rates, value, clean board. Show you which plays stand out across sportsbooks and sites like Underdog and Prize Picks. And then it builds the slip, sends it straight to the book of your choice right there in the app. You can find Prize Picks at rotogrinders.com/picklabs. I said Prize Picks. I meant you can find Pick Labs at rotogrinders.com/picklabs. Make sure you're checking it out. Let's see what we've got. Didn't have the Discord up. What a failure of a terrible job. So we'll start with some YouTube questions. Zion or Sabonis, TJ, in a DKGPP? Just saw Zion have a great game against Wemby and the Spurs.
Definitely Zion of the two, but I'm playing 0% of either of them.
Okay. Kirk, you got any Zion?
I don't have him, but I like him. It's point Zion, and he's much better at doing that. When they run that, he does do pretty well fantasy-wise. So,
the more he's got the ball, the better. Okay, very nice. Swag with Chris in the Discord says, Kirk, FanDuel Cash 3v3, Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, and Alex Sarr. I feel like that's the answer.
Yeah, don't even need to hear the second part.
Yeah, okay. TJ, Util, DK49, Aaron Wiggins, Jordan Goodwin, or Jalen Williams. Who has the higher projection?
Highest projection of that group is Aaron Wiggins.
Okay. I found myself in that spot as well, and I played someone terrible. I'm playing Bruce Brown. Is that just a no-go?
No,
Is that not?
Trey Johnson, Aaron Wiggins, Kenrich Williams, even Dennis Schroeder, AJ Green, Jordan Goodwin, like anybody else, Roth.
Okay, thank you. See, I just plugged in a dude and figured I would ask later.
I like Schroeder. For the record, I think Schroeder could be sneaky.
One actually, because Isaiah Joe was ruled out, and Wiggins is probably going to, or sorry, not Joe. Kayson Wallace was ruled out, and so it's either Joe or Wiggins who's going to pop in the starting lineup. I think it'll be Wiggins.
Okay, all right. Okay. I need to rebuild things and figure that out, but we need to get the people the answers to the questions. DKGPP, TJ, shooting guard last piece, 4,600 or cheaper.
Jordan Goodwin, unless you already have Brooks and Grayson Allen in that lineup, then I'd probably go AJ Green.
Okay. Kirk, over to you. DK cash question: Embiid and Royce or Kuz and Brunson?
Ooh. I think for cash, it's probably Kuz and Brunson, but I think it's very close. I'm not a huge fan of Royce, but he is okay for cash.
Yeah, okay. DK3 max, Kirk, Wiggy, O'Neal, or Precious?
Wiggy.
TJ, now I've got 5-4 at the guard spot, and this seems like a horrible place to be. DK.
Can you afford Trey Johnson? Or do you already have Trey Johnson?
Who did you put in?
Yes. I have Trey Johnson. I have 5-4 at guard. And
who was the one you plugged in that we told you? Who did you sub in for?
Bruce Brown.
Yeah, but who'd you put in?
I put Wiggins. I did like a swap, and I got Wiggins in that kind of.
Okay, what if you put Dennis Schroeder?
Okay, all right. Okay.
I'm just asking here. I'm not saying.
No, I love it. That's great. Done. We're done. Thank you. Okay, what else do we have? FanDuel GPP, TJ, your favorite spend up and your favorite low owned values is a FanDuel GPP.
Favorite spend up. I mean, outside of Harden and favorite spend up would be Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And favorite cheap option would be eating the chalk with Collier, but assuming you already have him and you want somebody else, I will say, I guess Kuzma or Trey Johnson.
Yeah. Okay. Got a couple more questions in the Discord, and then we'll knock out some in the YouTube as well. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. TJ, Kamara and Embiid or Abdia and Sar, DK single entry?
Kamara and Abdia Sar for sure.
Okay. Kirk, any interest in Cole Anthony, DK cash, last piece at the util?
He's fine in cash. I'm just not crazy about him in GPPs.
Okay. Keith in the YouTube says, Kirk, Neek, Clifford, and or Schroeder viable in a DK GPP, and you thought Schroeder was.
Yeah, I think they're both.
Okay, very good. DK GPP, TJ, 3v3, Goodwin, Wolf, Cade, or Grayson, Portis, Kaishan?
Goodwin, Wolf, Cade. One more time, sorry?
It was Goodwin, Wolf, Cade, or Grayson, Portis, Kaishan.
Oh, second one by a lot.
Okay, very good. Scrolling down. Zion or Sar in a FanDuel GPP? Sar, yeah. Kirkwood, your best play at 3,400 or less on DK were dumpster dive. And we got anything down there?
Got to be Neat Clifford.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I'm trying to see if I see someone else.
To answer J3's question, I can touch on it, but I'll need to be more specific. I don't know what you want from me exactly. That would be pretty scary if that happened in real life, J3. That's
what if what happened?
If a big purple man snapped half of existence out of the universe.
Well. You know, I watched a movie last night. I really liked Weapons. From someone told me to watch that. Great flick. Yeah,
it's good, man.
Yeah.
Jordan Miller in play on FanDuel if Kawhi is out. TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kawhi's got to be out, but then yeah.
Kirkdiese is today a pool party. Dive in.
He might be a DMP.
Yeah, he's out of the rotation. It's never a pool party anymore.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Pool's closed. The pool is closed.
Pool's closed for winter. FanDuel Cash, Kirk, Kaishan or MPJ?
Sorry, you said
it was
Cash?
Kaishan, George, or MPJ.
For what? Did it say
FanDuel
for
Cash? FanDuel
okay.
Cash.
Kaishan.
Okay. TJ, Aaron Wiggins or Kuz on DK?
You know, I think I like Aaron Wiggins better now that Wallace is out.
Okay. TJ, any interest in Strother?
No.
Thoughts on Bilal Koulibaly? TJ?
Not really getting there, but it's not awful by any means.
Okay. Kirk, Cole Anthony, DK Cash, last piece at the util?
Sure.
Is it Najee season with Gordon out from D Mills, Kirk?
I doubt it.
Yeah, okay. DK GPP, TJ, Denny or Cade?
Denny.
TJ, Embiid or Harden on FanDuel? We are about 2 minutes from lock, and we're knocking out these questions.
Harden, Cash, Embiid tournaments.
Okay. DK Cash, Kirkdiese, Kuz, Turner, or Jalen Portis? Kuz, Turner, or Jalen Portis? Okay. It's 2v2.
Oh, say the first two again. Sorry.
It was Kuzma and Turner or Jalen and Portis.
Jalen and Portis.
Hey, we've got the Drive for Show, DFS for Dough show starting in, at 7:15 Eastern, which is roughly 16 minutes from now. 17
Is it
minutes from now.
Noto and Cards?
I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good duo.
Must watch.
Some OGs. Yeah. They know what they're doing in the Gulf Streets, no doubt. FanDuel single entry, TJ Collier or Trey Johnson?
Collier.
Okay, jumping back into the Discord. Oh, got a bunch of questions there that I missed. DK Largefield, TJ, is it a mistake to fully fade the Blazers-Wizards game to help being different? Possibly going to stack Embiid and Maxey.
No, I think that's fine, although I'm only playing 176er per lineup. I wouldn't play them both.
Okay. TJ, do you like Porter on a FanDuel GPP?
Yeah, that's fine.
Kirk, Middleton or Kenrich Williams on DK?
Williams.
Beaner says Kirk, Rollins, Murray, or Cade and Kaishan, FanDuel GPP?
Second choice.
Okay. Kirk, Kenrich Williams, or Jalen Williams, last spot on DK?
I'd go Jalen.
Okay. TJ, FanDuel Cash, Gillespie and Jalen Williams, or Grayson Allen and Kenrich Williams?
Second one.
Bean says, TJ, FanDuel GPP, Bailey and Anthony, or Collier and Goodwin?
Collier, Goodwin.
Last piece, Schroeder or A Wiggy on DK, TJ?
A Wiggy by a lot.
Kirk, is Joe Val a good cash center on FanDuel?
Yes.
Chet or Sabonis on DK?
Chat, you can't play Sabonis. Sabonis is not in play.
Okay. Grimes is out. What does that
Yeah.
do for us? Is it too
No.
late?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Because everyone else is back. You know, they've got PG back, Embiid back, Kelly.
Danny Wolf with Clowney out, TJ?
Sure.
By the way, did you give us an early lock, TJ?
What do you mean?
Did you say it was lock?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard you say lock earlier. I thought you gave us a premature lock.
No.
You said something else, and I just misheard you. You're fine. Because we just hit the lock. It is locked now. Dean is the GOAT. J3 would like to remind everyone.
No.
That is Dean's mom, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Very good. Guess what? We've hit the lock. Hammer says we had a good show and that the Patriots suck. So All right. Yeah.
First of all, learn how to type, Hammer. All right.
I was like, did I read that right?
Then come back. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice show, Kev, TJ, and Lurk. My Patriots.
Yeah.
My Patriots suck D's.
Yeah.
Suck,
All right.
suck these nuts.
So, okay. And with that, we're going to clear on out of here for Kirkdiese, for TJ, for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you, and we will catch you tomorrow. You have been crushed.